My Korean husband.
Hey guys, I'm Nicola.
I'm Mr. Wang.
And we're from the My Korean Husband blog. And what are we doing today?
Commenting on comments.
Yes! We read your comments and we pick some and then we comment on them in this video. So this comment is on this comic on the blog, which was, the one with the flower in the hair. So what is it in Korea? There's something from movies or something, and if a girl's wearing a flower in her hair, then she's a little bit crazy, crazy, like that. So do you get concerned when I wear a flower in my hair?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, so you're not just joking.
Like if you act a little bit weird, she's
a flower in her hair.
Yeah.
I like wearing flowers in my hair. So Magster said, actually my parents are Chinese and they say similar things. Which is a shame because I like having flowers in my hair and I'm Aussie too. So agree, it doesn't apply to us. Yes, I'm not Korean, I'm not Chinese, doesn't apply to me. Doesn't mean that if I'm wearing a flower in my hair that I'm
Korean.
Yeah, but I'm not Korean. Doesn't apply. But that's interesting that some Chinese people say that as well. So I wonder if it's more than just being in these movies, that there is something culturally with the flowers in the hair thing. Because do you know what, like flowers in your hair in Western culture is more of like, oh, I'm a hippie, I'm a free spirit, I'm spiritual, or like it's more positive. But in Korea it's like, you're a crazy person.
Not all the time, but if you act something weird or something crazy.
Okay, next comment is on this comic, which was about the Asian Cup and the soccer. And you go for Australia when Australia is playing, you go for Korea when Korea is playing, and when it's Australia versus Korea, you go for Korea. And Australia beat Korea in the last game. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. But Courtney said on this comic, haha, that reminds me of my boyfriend and I during the Olympics. I'm like, yay, we got a medal. And he goes, which we, Australia or New Zealand? So I think there's a lot of couples that are like that, where it's like you go for both teams, but when you say we, it's like, wait, are you talking about my country or your country?
Yeah, I think lots of international couples
Yeah.
have this kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, because many times when I say we do this here or whatever, I mean in Korea, but then sometimes it's actually Australia.
Yeah.
That I mean. This comment was on our video of 6 challenges of international relationships.
Yes.
Okay. What did we talk about in that video?
We talk about international relationship and there's some different things and
So a lot of logistics and stuff like that people might not think about, like visas and that type of thing, and also how cultural differences can affect you depending what country you're in and that type of thing. So that video is here, you can check that video out there. So Argos said, the cultural differences come up also when you think the cultures are very similar. From past experience, I can say that the way of thinking about life can be very different even between people from 2 Western countries, which often get bundled together as pretty much the same. That is very true, and it is something that people sort of don't realize, and I feel like in the past 10 years we're realizing it more because we've got the internet and we're talking to lots of people, but just because we're from a Western country and we speak the same native language, there's still a lot of cultural differences, right?
yeah, you guys are from different background and different culture.
And you often feel quite different when you're talking to, like, say, Americans or something, because you're used to Australians.
Yeah.
So you can see the differences there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely had experiences of, like, for example, Americans thinking that Australians must just be really, really similar to Americans and not realizing there's some cultural differences. And I've had some Americans say really rude things about Canada, like not the joking way, oh, Canadians are so nice, but just something quite rude about Canadians, and then expect me to laugh and sort of agree with them. And I'm like, hey mate, Canada and Australia are both Commonwealth countries. We have more in common than with you. I'm not going to laugh at your joke about Canadians. So there's a lot of assumptions there, and there's, so I feel like Australia and Canada in some cases have more similarities. So there's been times where Americans have assumed that, Australians are maybe more American. I'm like, nope. Do we have a package this week?
Yes.
Do you want to get the package?
Yes.
Can you pick it up for me?
Yes.
This one is from Annette. Annette, I recognize from the comments. Let's have a look. She says she often talks to you on Instagram about food.
I think I know.
You think you know?
Yeah.
I have enclosed a version of honey butter chips I saw in the
that's
99
what she said. She said
cent
she's going to send it to
Okay, but they're not bad like the ones here. Thank you, Annette.
Thank you, Annette.
Some little earrings. Little earrings. Is that a walrus? Cute. I think this might be for Daisy, my cat that I've adopted. Cat food. Holy moly.
That's mine.
This is yours? It's $1. Did you know that all $1 coins in America are this big?
Really?
You don't believe me, do you?
No. I'm not stupid.
Yes, more chai tea. I always need the chai tea. Ooh, Pringles baked crispy sticks, honey butterfly. I think we should try these now. You want to try these now?
Let's try.
Let's try these. So for people that don't know, we did actually try like the big craze in Korea at the moment is honey butter chips. So we tried that there in this video here and we did not like them at all. It's just a big marketing scam in my opinion. So we're going to try these ones. Let's see what these taste like. So this is a honey butter.
Similar.
Similar smell. Oh no. Bit better, but still tastes similar.
Similar. Similar but better taste.
It's similar, but a little bit better.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annette.
I think if you want to try honey butter chip, you don't need to buy honey butter chip. I think you can just
try this one. It's very similar.
Very
taste.
similar taste. Yeah.
The aftertaste isn't as bad as the other ones. Okay, that's all for commenting on comments this week. We have some other videos coming through the week, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
Follow all the social media
And the blog, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.